It's crunch time for the Rockdale City Suns as they look to keep their 2019 season alive here at Illingdon Sports Centre, where they host third place Blacktown City in round 19 of the New South Wales National Premier League. Only one win in the past 2 months has resulted in a change of coaches at Rockdale for the second time this season, with under-20s coach Steve Zorich coming in today for Nick Pereka. The contrast couldn't be more stark at Blacktown, where ever-present Mark Crittenden has a young outfit ticking along beautifully on the back of one of the stingiest defences in the league. Yes, it's Tony Tanous with you here at Rockdale, and we're looking forward to this all-important round 19 clash. It's time to take a look at the lineups, and for Rockdale, Steve Zorich makes 4 changes from the side that lost 3-1 at Sydney FC. In goals, Daniel Bratasevich, a back four of Nick Petrillo, Jake Trajkovski, Daniel Pekovski and Michael Neal. A midfield 3 of Idris El Hafi and Sash Makura, and coming in for his first start since round 11, Pani Nikas, and a front 3 of Nikola Teneski, Jordan Figon and Alex Urusevski. As for Mark Crittenden, he's able to name the same starting 11 that drew 1-1 with Apia a fortnight ago. In goals, Tristan Prendergast, a back four of Lachlan Campbell, Yanis Spirakis, Grant Lynch and Matt Lewis. The midfield 3 of Daniel Collins, Adam Berry and Leroy Jennings in the number 10 role. The front 3 of Dakota Rescue, Joey Gibbs and Mason Versey. Thanks for your company. Beautiful winter's afternoon here at the Illingdon Sports Centre. Our official for this one, Hassan Jomar, about to get proceedings underway. His assistants, Yanis Adabju and Daniel Horsted. And it's Rockdale first in possession. They're running from right to left. And Pani Nikas, one of the star players in the New South Wales men's top flight. Great for Rockdale City fans to see him back in the starting 11 here. Rockdale have started with plenty of energy here. Michael Neal coming forward from left back, looking to combine with Nikas, who lays it back to Matsura. He's got an option on the left-hand side. It's Teneski coming forward. Looks to the back post. Can't quite keep that one in, but a positive, energetic start from the hosts in Rockdale City. A massive game for them. Coming into the round in 8th spot on 23 points. 3 points outside the top 5. Hasn't been a great run for them. They're really keen to get back on the winner's circle today. Lost their last 4, have Rockdale City. Only 1 win in the past 8 games. So a change in the coaching setup, as we mentioned in the introduction. For the second time this season, Nick Pereka made a great start, winning his first 5 games, but it's only been 1 win out of the last 8 for Rockdale. And so Steve Zorich gets the opportunity for the remaining 4 games of the season. Can he get Rockdale City back into the top 5? Here's Urusevski coming forward, looking for the switch out to Teneski. Coming across, it's Lachlan Campbell. Doing well, Teneski, to keep that one in. Now it's Jake Trajkovski. He's playing on the right side of a back 4 today. It's his second start for Rockdale. We saw him in action back in round 17 against Sydney Olympic. Made his starting debut there at Belmore Sports Ground. It was a 1-0 loss to Rockdale on that occasion. Of course, no action for these 2 sides last week. A week's rest while we featured the TAFE New South Wales Waratah Cup final this time last week. But Rockdale, as I mentioned, 4 straight losses for them. A massive inclusion in Pani Nikas. Made the move over to Rockdale over the off-season. Fortunately for him, it's been an injury-riddled season for him. Hasn't featured since injuring himself late in the game against Sutherland, back in round 11. Did some medial ligament damage to the knee. He's worked his way back. Great to see him back in the starting 11 today, Paninikas. Certainly see if he can turn around Rockdale's fortunes. Urasevsky, who's a left footer, but starting on the right side of the attack. Was he fouled there by Mason Versey? Play on's the call. Hassan Joma, our match official today. As I said, his assistants on the near touchline. Yanis Adabju on the far side. Danny Horsted. And our fourth official, Cameron Wright. Here's Urasevsky, a crunching tackle in the middle. Referee right on the spot. Good decision. It was Daniel Collins there in sharply on Urasevsky, who's had a lot of possession in the early going. It's been a very positive start for the hosts, Rockdale City. And they've got a set piece, a terrific opportunity here for Paninikas. Alex Urasevsky, very lively in the early going. Winning this free kick. Looking to ask the early questions here against Tristan Prendergast. Paninikas steps up. Prendergast had to be sure. Bouncing in front of him. Did well the keeper. Mentioned in the opener, one of the stingiest defences in the NPL Men's 1 competition, Blacktown City. Only 19 goals conceded so far for them in their 18 games. Second only to the Wollongong Wolves, runaway competition leaders, who've only conceded 14. It's been the story of Blacktown's season. Haven't been scoring goals for fun at the other end, but the defence has been a real feature for them. So many games been decided by tight margins in this league. Being asked questions early on by Rockdale City. Moving the ball around nicely. Mark Crittenden, fortunate for him, no changes required after that 1-1 draw. Come from behind a fortnight ago against Apia. Big game that was. Second versus third. Status quo heading into this round. Nikas involved early, getting lots of touches in that number 10 attacking midfield role. He's screened by Sas Matsura and Idris El Hafian. Moving it forward, Petrillo, not a bad ball into the box. Figon trying to get to it ahead of Spirakis. Combination with Urasevsky, who goes forward. Just didn't have enough byline there. Ball running over the back. Positive signs again. Rockdale getting possession inside the Blacktown City 18-yard box. Terrific to see Yanis Barakis featured back in this Blacktown City side in recent weeks. Did, of course, suffer a broken arm midway through the season. Stepping in his place was the youngster Lachlan Campbell. Made his debut back in round 9. What a season it's been for the youngster. Was featured on the NPL New South Wales social pages during the week. A terrific feature on him. Made his debut back in round 9, did Lachlan Campbell, the 20-year-old. There's only been one loss in 10 games since coming into the starting 11. It's been a great run for Mark Crittenden's side. Here he is, Campbell. Very comfortable coming forward, moving the ball very quick there. Some lovely interchange with Askew and also Collins. Dropping off here to set up the play. Adam Berry, son of a former Blacktown City great, and Steve Berry. Here he is again. Looking to combine with that front third. Berry again on the ball. Carrying it forward out of central midfield. Working his way to the byline. Forcing a decision out of Petrillo, who did well. He's playing in the centre of defence today. Petrillo alongside Daniel Pekovsky. Changed to the central defence that featured a fortnight ago against Sydney FC. It's been a big issue for Rockdale City, that leaky defence. 33 goals conceded across the league this season. It's the third worst defensive record in the competition. And they have chopped and changed their central defensive partnership. Pekovsky and Petrillo back in the starting 11 today. A fortnight ago it was Patrick Savor along with Liega. Liega back to the bench today along with Patrick Savor. So let's see if this formula works for Steve Zorich and his Rockdale City Suns. Jake Trajkovski at right back. Michael Neal has been injured for large parts of the season as well. He's come back in at left back. Good work from Matsura to tee up Taneski. Good movement from him across that front third. Yanis Barakis right on the job for Blacktown City. In the 11th minute here at Illingdon Sports Centre. Tony Tanous with you across the Football New South Wales channels. Thanks for your company. Be sure to interact. Let us know where you're watching from. 4 rounds remaining. Things are very tight across the competition. Rockdale looking to make a statement here this afternoon. They go short. Nikas first time into the back post. Pekovsky's up. And now it falls to Petrillo. Edge of the box again. Looking inside they go. Good defending though. Blacktown crowding it out. Joey Gibbs helping in defence. And Askew coming forward. Can't keep it though for Blacktown. At the moment it's Rockdale on the front foot. Only tested Prendergast so far from a set piece. Can they create something in open play? And give you some progress scores. Keep you posted on progress around the grounds this afternoon. Sydney United currently in 4th spot on 27 points. They were hoping to close the gap today on Blacktown City, who are on 31 points in 3rd place. Currently, though, it's the youngsters Sydney FC with a 2-0 lead over Sydney United. We're in the dying stages of that game at Adensa Park. Meanwhile, an hour's been played at Lambert Park. Apia Leichhardt Tigers have a 3-1 lead over Sydney Olympic. Sydney Olympic, who dropped out of the top 5 last night, courtesy of Marconi's win at home against the Mount Druitt Town Rangers. Big game for them. They've got one back on 60 minutes against Apia, who took a 3-1 lead. Apia at the moment in 2nd spot on the ladder. $35 points heading into the round. Really need the win there to deny Wollongong Wolves the premiership at least for 1 week. Wollongong Wolves going to 45 points last night, courtesy of a 4-0 win at home against the Sutherland Sharks. Lachlan Scott in terrific form for them. Thomas James with his 20th goal of the season. Another absolute screamer from him. Sure to check that one out during the week. Terrific strike from the Englishman. So Wollongong going to 45 points. Blacktown on 31. Apia on 35 heading in. So Apia, if they keep that lead at home against Olympic, will go to 38 points. Close back to within 7. Keep their premiership ambitions alive. Wollongong, of course, the favourites. Certainly keep you posted on progress around the grounds. This afternoon, one more game to come at 5 p.m. over at Hensley Athletic Field, just down the road from here, where Hakoa will be taking on Manly United. Very important game, that one, for Manly. Like Rockdale, coming into this round on 23 points, Manly with a negative goal difference, so critical game for them as well. Sun setting on the far side here at Rockdale. 0-0 it remains. Rockdale have had a good start, nothing to show for it though. Blacktown working their way back into it. Both Mount Druitt Town Rangers and Sutherland Sharks yesterday suffering defeats. Still mathematically possible for both of those sides, so the race will continue into round 20 next week. Some big games coming up there. This is your place to catch it all. NPL New South Wales Facebook and Football New South Wales YouTube. Hope you've enjoyed our coverage throughout the season. So much more to come, of course, as we build towards Grand Final Day on the 31st of August. Who will be featured for us at Bankwest Stadium. We saw the atmosphere there last night. West Sydney Wonder has hosted Leeds United. Terrific atmosphere generated at the new Parramatta Stadium. And we can't wait to take the big one to you there, 31st of August. Blacktown City certainly harbour ambitions of being there. One of the perennial title contenders. Here they are through Mason Versey. And what an effort! It's a terrific strike! Mason Versey, fresh from coming off Team of the Week last week. And that one will certainly make him a contender this week. A terrific strike on his non-fancied right foot. Rockdale have been in the ascendancy earlier on, but it's Blacktown City who take the lead. Versey with an absolute screamer. And in terrific form in recent rounds, Mason Versey. And you saw the confidence there. Didn't think about it. Took a touch to set up his strike. And he smashed it past Bradasevic to give Blacktown City a 1-0 lead. 18th minute here at Rockdale. That's been the issue certainly for the host in Rockdale City. Despite dominating the early going here, nothing to show for it. And then they couldn't keep Blacktown out at the other end. 34 goals conceded for them now in the season. And that has been the story. Versey now, confidence flowing. Combining with Matt Lewis, the veteran Blacktown City left back. Skipper. Blacktown doing what Blacktown do best, absorbing Rockdale in the early going. Now they're starting to really control proceedings. Using the wide areas. Spidakis here looks to go vertical, looking for the run of Jennings. And Bradasevic had to come out, had to commit there. Important work from the keeper. Can give you a full-time score from Sydney United Sports Centre. Big upset there. Sydney United, who lost last week's Waratah Cup final to Marconi Stallions, suffered a loss today. Sydney FC winning 2-0 on the road. Goals coming from Benjamin Coop and Geordie Swibble. 2-0 win to Sydney FC. Jim Van Verder's side continue to impress. Saw them come up with a victory against Rockdale City a fortnight ago. Making a terrific run towards the end of the season. Takes them up to $20 points. That victory, Sydney FC. Mathematically not completely impossible for them to finish in the top 5. 3 rounds remain, 9 points at stake. Certainly bevy of teams hoping for those positions in the top 5. Sydney United's that loss today really brings them back to the field. An opportunity for a couple of sides. Sydney Olympic, of course, still in action. The trailing Apia. Their position in the top 5 not guaranteed, Sydney United. Rockdale City have certainly got the work ahead of them here. They've been stung by a Mason Versey bomb. And it's Blacktown on the front foot at the moment. A flick on there from Nikas, looking for Figon. Spirakis turning it forward. Good climb from Askew. Dakota Askew's found himself in a more attacking role in the last couple of weeks for Mark Crittenden's side. Has featured at right back for large parts of this season. But with Spirakis coming back into the centre of defence, Lockie Campbell's moved out to right back. Askew's gone forward onto the right side of the attack for Blacktown, which features Leroy Jennings in the number 10 role today, behind Joey Gibbs. Versey on the left. They've shown a bit of a sting already in transition. Good climb there from Spirakis. The job Mark Crittenden has done with these young Chargers. Losing so many players in the off-season. Much talked about moves to the Marconi Stallions, to the likes of Roberto and Giorgio Esperanza, Zach Cairncross, Connor Evans. It's given the opportunity to the likes of Lachlan Campbell, Dakota Askew, also Mason Versey getting more and more minutes. Adam Berry's come in the centre of midfield as well and done really well. He might have a bit of defending to do on the edge of the box. Makura it is. Berry does step out and do the defending. Versey blocked there by Trajkovski. But it's a handball. Official on the far side, Danny Horsted, right on the spot there to help his referee and Hassan Joma. Here's Campbell. Tries to find the feet here of Jennings. Referee thought about playing on there. Blacktown might have wanted that. And in the end, the tackle from Pekovsky in the back of Jennings. It's a free kick here to Blacktown City. An opportunity to set up. If you just joined us, midway point of the first half, Tony Tanous with you. Blacktown City leading by 1-0, courtesy of a screamer from Mason Versey. They're on the front foot here, winning another corner. Spirakis and Berry been very influential in that Blacktown City spine early on. Matt Lewis just sorting out the rest defence. They're in an attacking position. Got a corner. Making sure they don't get hit in transition. Versi it is who goes to the back post here. In it goes again, and turning on that one was Collins. Touch there from Rockdale though, just eluding the holding midfielder for Blacktown. One of those players who did come back in to the fold at Blacktown City, Daniel Collins. It's been a stop-start season for him, but starting to get some minutes. Couple of central midfielders out with injury at the moment for Blacktown. Daniel Bragg, he's got a bit of an ankle knock. Also, Daniel Araujo. So it's given the likes of Collins some game time in that midfield. He's got to go back and help his defence here. Rockdale in transition through Nikas. Can they equalise? Back post it goes. The keeper makes a good decision. Prendergast had to come out for that and commit. And he did just that. Now it's with Urasevsky. Wanted to take the shot. Shut down quickly though, Spirakis. Now Collins can come forward. And hit Versi in transition. Rockdale working back. Now Matt Lewis looks long. Falls here to Gibbs. Chance for Joey Gibbs. And he fires just wide. That defensive issues that we've seen from Rockdale. Again there, just gifting Gibbs the ball in the wrong area. And Joey Gibbs almost punishing them. It's great to chat to Blacktown City's statistician Dan O'Regan ahead of the game. Joey Gibbs. He's on 76 goals for Blacktown in all competitions. Only 3 away from becoming or equaling Travis Major as the leading all-time scorer for Blacktown City. Travis Major, 79 goals from him. That came from 198 games. Joey Gibbs, 76 for him. 138 games. He's been in good recent goal-scoring form as Joey Gibbs, but at the other end now it's Taneski. Can he get the ball under control? In the end, working back well was Grant Lynch. Terrific season it's been from Grant Lynch. Really settled in at Blacktown in the last couple of seasons. Become such a key man. Not only for Blacktown, but right across the competition. After making the move from Bankstown City. Did well to shut down Taneski, who had half a glimpse there. Chance here for Nikas. Goes near post. 2 players doing their job. Both Lockie Campbell and Dakota Askew. Excellent work from them. Doubling up on that near post. Knowing the threat that Pani Nikas poses. Nikas in space now on the left-hand side. Can he play retrieve here? Too heavy that ball from Petrillo. And it's gone over the back. If you just joined us, Tony Tanous with you here at Rockdale, Illingdon Sports Centre. It's round 19 of the New South Wales National Premier League. And it's the visitors, third place Blacktown City, 1-0 up over Rockdale City Suns. Rockdale desperate for some points here to keep their finals ambitions alive. A loss certainly won't be terminal, but Marconi on the fly. Another big win for them last night. Moves them up into 5th spot on 26 points. Peter Tsakenis aside, and in great recent form. Form of the likes of James Andrew, Marty Fernandez. There's another strong challenge there from Pekovsky. He's going to go into the book. The Rockdale City skipper, this time on the back of Joey Gibbs. He's the first player booked here. Saw a couple of red cards in the preceding under-20s game. It's the first card of the first grade match here. Goes against Rockdale City. Mason Versi's over the resulting free kick. Too close to keeper Bratasevic. Just to bring you back to that under-20s. A big top-of-the-table clash there between Rockdale and Blacktown City. A couple of red cards laid on to Rockdale. They were able to hang on for a 0-0 draw. First versus second on the ladder there. The earlier game, the under-18s finished 4-0 to Blacktown City. At the moment it is proving Blacktown's afternoon as Lynch comes forward and rattles the crossbar from range. Grant Lynch, speak about his efforts defensively, but in recent weeks he's also shown a knack for getting forward. And what a strike that was. Player who spent some of his summer on the futsal courts, showing his ability on the ball, getting forward and rattling the crossbar. Now it's with Versi, looking to combine with Berry. Blacktown's confidence growing as Campbell comes forward, combines here with Berry. Rockdale just about hanging on as Berry gets the ball in. What a chance and what a goal! Joey Gibbs. It's his 77th for Blacktown City. It's his 7th of the season. And he goes to within 2 of Blacktown's all-time top scorer in Travis Major. Blacktown, they've been on the front foot in the last few minutes. Grant Lynch rattling the crossbar moments ago. Adam Berry on the front foot. Terrific combination down the right-hand side. And Gibbs found himself unmarked, glancing a beautiful header past Bratasevic to give Blacktown City a 2-0 lead here at Rockdale Illingdon Sports Centre. Blacktown in firm control of this one now. Rockdale's season hanging by a thread. Certainly when Blacktown City are doing well, you know, Joey Gibbs is in good form. And he's perhaps had a slow start to the season, but in recent weeks, his third goal in 4 games for Blacktown. And Rockdale have been rocked in the opening half hour here at home. They've had the record over Blacktown in recent years. In fact, Blacktown haven't beaten Rockdale in the last 4 matches. Go back to round 8 at Lilies, and it was a 1-0 win to Rockdale. Here's Paninikas trying to slip one through. Excellent ball. Figon still going. Blacktown recovering. Took too long there, Jordan Figon. Lovely work from Nikas to slip him in. Makura now on the front foot. Can't get it past Lynch. Blacktown, hallmark of a good side. Getting numbers back. Scrambling defence. Seen that from the Wollongong Wolves right through the season. Here's Taneski going forward again. The referee thought about that one, and in the end, too aggressive from Taneski. And it's a foul by Rockdale's attacking left-sided player. Too aggressive on Lachlan Campbell. Under pressure there for a minute or two. Blacktown able to survive. They get a free kick. Lets them get out now through Berry. He's had a very good opening half hour or so here. That's spine for Blacktown. Spirakis and Lynch. Berry in front of them. Been dominant early on. Working back is Mason Versi. Collins, does he give a chance here to Urasevsky? Prendergast again had to make the decision. Not for the first time this afternoon. The keeper coming out of his box. Talk about Grant Lynch and his summer exploits in the New South Wales Premier League of Futsal for UTS North side. Well, Tristan Prendergast one of his teammates. We actually see him feature out on the field in the futsal summer season. You saw there his handiwork on the ball, coming off his line to clear with his feet. Into the last 10 minutes at Lambert Park. Up your Leichhardt Tigers. Look like they're going to keep the pressure on the Wollongong Wolves. 3-1 they lead over Sydney Olympic, last year's champions. Been on a really good run in recent weeks, Sydney Olympic. A run that took them into the top 5. But they've just dropped out of the top 5 at the moment. Marconi with a superior goal difference. Gone above them, both on 26 points. Rockdale have a bit of a rescue act to perform here if they're to join them on 26 points. Got a bit of defending to do. Blacktown with a chance to make it 3-0. Lynch. Use of hands there at the back post to control that one. Referee right on the spot. We're underway down the road at Hensley Athletic Field. Certainly keep you posted on proceedings down there. 0-0 after 5 minutes. Hakoa hosting Manly United. Very important game, that one, for Manly. They're also on 23 points heading into this round. So they've got the chance to go to 26. That battle for the top 5. Sydney United losing, remaining on 27. Certainly the top 3 look to be clearing away. Wollongong Wolves, Apia Leichhardt Tigers and Blacktown City. Look like the teams fancy to get the double chance. 2 bites of the cherry, finishing in the top 3. Come finals time, here's Taneski. A battle for 4th and 5th remains very hot. Every minute of the remaining season, critical in how this one plays out. It's Collins. Confidence growing for him. Getting those minutes. Keeping the ball here. Blacktown doing well. Lockie Campbell. We've seen him carry the ball forward so effortlessly throughout the second half of the season. Now it's on the left-hand side. Excellent work on the dribble. Play on's the call. Lewis it was. Referee right on the spot. No advantage there for Blacktown, so he's going to bring it back. Great officiating from Huss Joma. Lovely work though. Lockie Campbell on the carry. Mason Versey. Youngsters flourishing for Mark Crittenden's side. Mark Crittenden featuring in his 273rd game as the coach of this club, the longest serving coach of Blacktown City. At the moment his side are up 2-0. They're causing more and more problems from set pieces. Now it's with Berry. On the dribble he goes. Collins shuts him out in midfield. Really dominating that midfield in Blacktown at the moment. Can Rockdale get a foothold back in this game? Really need Makura and Idris El-Hafian to take control in that middle. Get the ball down to Paninikas. At the moment, the likes of Gibbs, Leroy Jennings, Mason Versey. Dakota Askew working back and helping that midfield. That really is a hallmark of the way Blacktown play. The work rate, the effort from the front 4 in defence to provide that defensive base. Spirakis, as Lynch did earlier, coming forward out of defence. So comfortable at carrying the ball, these Blacktown defenders. And now Lewis comes forward. Into the box he goes. Chance here on the shot. Not a bad effort there from Berry coming forward from midfield. Lovely touch. Taneski drawing the challenge there from Campbell. Is that the first yellow card? Probably lucky if he gets away with that one, Lockie Campbell. Lovely touch there from Taneski. Let the ball roll past him. Really disappointed not to have earned a yellow there. Saw the chance at the other end. Adam Berry getting into the box. Saw him create one. Planting it on the head of Gibbs to give Blacktown a 2-0 lead. There he was on the edge of the box. Matt Lewis getting forward. So comfortable coming forward. The entire back four for Blacktown. He's one of those in Lachlan Campbell, the 20-year-old former West Sydney Wanderers Academy player. Working back was El Hafian. Important work defensively. And now Nikas can look to build down the right-hand side. Uruseski has drifted out of the game. Had an excellent start. Need to get the ball to him. Here he is. Blacktown able to get their defensive setup in place. Forcing Rockdale all the way back. Transition's gone. Can they penetrate through a bit of combination? Here's Matsura. Spirakis sticking to him like a glove. Now El Hafian. Good turn inside from Taneski. Blacktown getting bodies in the way. Now they can transition through Jennings, who shakes off El Hafian in the midfield. Jennings driving forward. Petrillo helping out Pekovsky there. Look out quickly. Jennings works back in defensive transition. And there's Collins snapping away in the midfield. Blacktown getting stronger and stronger as the season goes on. Not fancied by many at the beginning, given the amount of turnover of players. Mark Crittenden, a credit to him. He's been able to build a fresh starting 11. Competition for places, youngsters coming in. Surrounded by some experienced players. Jennings, Versey, Dakota Askew, Lockie Campbell, certainly relishing the minutes and the opportunities they're getting in amongst these experienced likes of Gibbs, Matt Lewis, Grant Lynch. Yannis Spirakis, another one. Campbell with the knockdown. Only as far though as Matsura. And now Nikas. Again Jennings, his work rate in that midfield, impressive in the opening half. Hope you're enjoying the coverage. Tony Tanous with you. You're live across Football New South Wales YouTube and NPL New South Wales Facebook. Round 19 of the Men's One competition. Part of our 445 live streams in season 2019. Nikas driving forward with a bit of room and space to line one up. In the end, good work from the right back, Lockie Campbell, to step out and apply the block. Player who, as I said, came into the starting 11 back in round 9, hasn't looked back since then. Got a bit of defending to do on Nikas, who looks across. In the end, working back at the back post was Dakota Askew. Campbell stayed down after that. Twisting and turning from Pani Nikas. Hopefully nothing too serious for the youngster. Player who was brought up at Castle Hill United, spent some time at Hills Brumbies Junior. As we said, featured on the NPL New South Wales social pages. A terrific feature story on him throughout the week. Be sure to keep an eye on our NPL New South Wales website. Also our social pages throughout the remaining 3 rounds of the regular season. Great photo galleries, match reports, previews, reviews, feature stories. A couple of great features, the Ultra Football Team of the Week, the Ultra Football Goal of the Week. We've seen a couple of contenders already this week for that Goal of the Week. Thomas James with an absolute screamer yesterday at Wynn Stadium. And Mason Versey trying to match him here with the opening goal. An absolute beauty on the right foot. Mark Crittenden just encouraging his keeper. Standard set here at Blacktown City, very high. Lockie Campbell, good to see him back up on his feet. Dying stages of this first half. The Blacktown City manager not keen to give anything away. Rockdale looking for something before the break. Steve Zorich, the under-20s coach. It's a good start from his charges. The opening 10 or so minutes, but Blacktown have really taken control. This man, Versey, this time on his favourite left foot. Couldn't quite get the purchase he did on his right foot earlier on. And certainly make the highlights reels. That strike, goal of the week contender, as we said. Player who moved over to Blacktown last season from NPL 2, MacArthur Rams. And he's been in and out of the starting 11, but as I said, recent weeks starting to show that maturity. Player who has had some discipline challenges in the first couple of seasons in the men's top flight. But Mark Crittenden starting to get the consistency out of him. Such a talented youngster. Here he was, trying to penetrate with a run. Still demanding it from Matt Lewis. It's out with Dakota Askew, who combines now with Lewis. 3 minutes of stoppage time. Can Blacktown out of third. Versey that time shut down by Petrillo. Found himself on the edge of the box. Board's gone up. 3 minutes of additional time. If you just joined us, Blacktown City leading this by 2-0, heading towards the halftime break. A couple of great goals from them. Mason Versey opening the scoring on 17 minutes. And Joey Gibbs adding a second on the half-hour mark. Rockdale, such a critical game for them. Only one win from their last 8. After a 5-game winning run, looked like it was going to take them into title contention. Steve Zorich frustrated there. Inability of his front third to hold up the play. Asking for a bit more switching of play from his front third. Lynch goes forward. Heavy challenge there. Play on's a call though. Referee right on the spot. Michael Neal. Teneski with the 1-2. Neal trying to get forward. Again, it's Versey. Excellent work. Been a real feature for Blacktown. Their work in defensive transition from the front four. Leroy Jennings at the heart of much of that. At the moment, a work rate of Blacktown proving too much for Rockdale. And when they do get it, short on ideas. It's been a sea of white shirts in this opening half. Terrific performance from Mark Crittenden's side, showing that they are forced to be reckoned with since season 2019. Only lost one of their past 9 games since suffering a 4-0 loss to Wollongong Wolves back in early May. And you can see the confidence and form that they're taking in this run into the finals. As I said earlier, not really spoken about as a title contender, given some of the big off-season recruitment around the NPL New South Wales scene. But Blacktown are ever present. By their standards, a very disappointing season last year. They did make the finals, but they came into it really limping into the finals. Some big issues around. In the end, it was Rockdale City who did knock them out of the finals They went out in straight sets last year's finals. You sense it's a different Blacktown City this year. Here in round 19, they have a 2-0 lead at the halftime break, courtesy of a goal on 17 minutes from Mason Versey. Be sure to check that one out. An absolute screamer on the right foot. In fact, if you are on YouTube, rewind to have a look at that during the halftime break. Goal was doubled up by a Joey Gibbs header, getting on the end of an Adam Berry cross from the right-hand side. And Blacktown, the team in third place with the confidence flowing, take a 2-0 lead into the halftime break here at Rockdale Illingdon Sports Centre. We'll be back after a short break. Be sure to join us for all the action. And it's welcome back to Rockdale Illingdon Sports Centre for this round 19 clash in the New South Wales National Premier League Men's 1 competition. Tony Tanous with you across the Football New South Wales channels. Thanks for your company. If you've just joined us, it is the visitors, Blacktown City, third place on the NPL New South Wales ladder. And it's been a dominant first half display for them. Rockdale City probably got the better of the start, opening 10 minutes. Blacktown, though, Mason Versey rocking Bratasevic's net with a thunderbolt strike on 17 minutes, opening the scoring for Blacktown. And then they doubled the lead on 30 minutes. It was Joey Gibbs profiting from some excellent work down the right-hand side involving Adam Berry. And Joey Gibbs scoring his 7th of the season, his 77th goal for Blacktown City, going to within 2 of their all-time leading goal scorer in Travis Major. Rockdale, with the work ahead of them, have made a change in the coaching role during the build-up to this game, with Steve Zorich coming in for Nick Pereka. They got Pani Nikas back in the starting 11 today. They've got a big job to do in this second half. If they're to pinch something from this game, a point, if they can get it, would be critical potentially to their finals aspirations for 2019. Let's see if they can turn this one around. Made 4 changes to the starting 11 that lost last time round against Sydney FC. Looked like it paid dividends in the early going. Weren't able to get anything for their dominant start. Blacktown eventually taking control. The power of their performance, the work rate in defensive transition, really setting the tone. The front 4 of Mason Versey, Leroy Jennings, Joey Gibbs and Dakota Askew. So impressive with their pressing up front. Really setting the tone for this Blacktown performance. You can see why they have only conceded 19 goals for the season. Berry, a powerhouse in midfield this afternoon. Linking with Gibbs and now getting forward down that right-hand side. Excellent work from Dakota Askew. Started on the right-hand side, had a spell on the left-hand side in the second half of that first period. Now he's back out on the right side of the attack. Gibbs looking lively in the front third. Here he is, Joey Gibbs, going to work in the box. Goes down, play on's the call. Referee right on the spot there. Crowded out in the end was Gibbs. Thanks for your company this afternoon. Tony Tanous with you. It's been a terrific season, so competitive. Still 3 rounds remain before we enter the finals. Good work on that left side of defence. Michael Neal scampering across just to get to it ahead of Askew. But again, Blacktown looking lively going forward. The power and speed really testing Rockdale at the start of the second half. Couple of full-time scores around the grounds. Mentioned earlier, Sydney FC causing a bit of an upset over at Sydney United Sports Centre. 2-0 win against Sydney United. Blacktown with a 2-0 lead here, looking to extend it. Corner to the back post. Over the head of Askew. Rockdale, are they able to keep it in? No, they can't. The other score, the other full-time score this afternoon. Up your Leichhardt Tigers. 3-1 win over Sydney Olympic for them. At Lambert Park, so Sydney Olympic remain outside the top 5 at the end of this round. Marconi going above them courtesy of last night's 4-2 win at home to Mount Druitt Town Rangers. Blacktown, irrespective of the result here, will remain in third position. They want to close the gap and keep tabs with Apia and the Wollongong Wolves. They've got a 2-0 lead. Mentioned the game that started at 5 p.m. I'll certainly keep you posted on progress down at Hensley Athletic Field. 39 minutes in there. Manly United have a 1-0 lead. The goal coming from Adam Parkhouse on 24 minutes. So Manly looking to go to 26 points. But here's Blacktown. Spirakis coming forward from central defence. Can they exploit his position through Nikas? Spirakis working back on Pani Nikas, who gets it out to that left-hand side. Nikas going forward. Can he get to this one before the byline? Great cutback! And what an opportunity. Urasevsky it was. Excellent work from Pani Nikas. Urasevsky couldn't quite keep the shot down in the end. But a lovely transition there from Rockdale. Steve Zorich on the near touchline, just warming up one of his substitutes. Ex-Blacktown City player Jonathan Grozdanovsky. Looks like he's about to enter the fray. Five minutes into this second half. Good little opportunity, that one. Rockdale showing that perhaps this one's not over yet. With Manly leading 1-0 down the road at Hensley Athletic Field. They'll go above Rockdale. They'll join Olympic and Marconi on 26 points. If the score remains as is over there. Still plenty of time here for Rockdale. Getting forward down the left-hand side. The cut back inside. And now Nikas again, growing an influence at the start of the second half. Pani Nikas! And he can't quite keep that one under the crossbar. But showing his quality there. Lovely pivot to create the opportunity on his left foot. We are going to see that first substitution. It is going to be Grozdanovsky. He'll come on against his former club. And he'll come on for Jordan Figon. It's the end of the action for Jordan Figon. We'll give those Copa Mundials a rest for the remaining time in this second half. And the youngster Grozdanovsky comes on the right side of attack, it looks like, with Nikola Taneski moving into the number 9 role. Adaptable Nikola Taneski. So here's Grozdanovsky with his first touch. So some good minutes here for Grozdanovsky to show what he can do. Taking the first time effort there was askew. Looking lively down that left-hand side in the early going of this second period of Rockdale. Michael Neal coming forward. Urasevsky's gone out there. Pani Nikas also involved heavily. Here he is applying the press on Lynch. Grozdanovsky now on Lewis, who turns inside. Good work, though, from the youngster in Trajkovsky. Player who, as we said, made his starting debut for Rockdale back in round 17 against Sydney Olympic. He's on the right side of defence, and they've got some defending to do here. Do Rockdale. Blacktown building up. Again, they win the ball high up the pitch. Versey coming forward into the box he goes. Now he dinks it inside. Gibbs it was. What an opportunity that was. We've already seen him hit the back of the net this afternoon with a header. Now they come forward. Askew gets it inside. Gibbs goes near post. And what an effort that was. Firstly, it was at the back post, and now following in. What a strike that is. Leroy Jennings, if you don't mind. An absolute screamer from him at the back post. Versey it was with an outrageous effort. Denied initially, but it fell to Leroy Jennings. And he has absolutely thumped that home. Excellent work on the left-hand side from Askew. He gets the applause as well. But Blacktown take a 3-0 lead. And just as we saw in the first half, Rockdale on the front foot. And they've gone down the other end and rocked him with a thunderbolt. Seen some absolute screamers this afternoon here at Illingdon Sports Centre. And Leroy Jennings with his 4th of the season, showing the power of this Blacktown City. Front four, we've talked about their work rate in defence, but all 4 of them involved in that goal. Askew it was, whipping it in from the left-hand side. Gibbs went to the near post, couldn't quite get the header on. Versey it was, wrapping his left foot around. A wonderful volley, he was denied. Following in, Leroy Jennings. And here they are going forward. The speed of Versey. Gibbs trying to dink one over the top. Again looking for Jennings. He's playing in that number 10 role, but we've seen him with his speed. Loves to forage in the wide areas. Again, Blacktown have weathered the early onslaught from Rockdale. Probably wasteful, the opportunity for Urusevsky in the opening part of the second half, and they've been punished. Frustration growing here at Illingdon Sports Centre. Third place, Blacktown City. Now with a stranglehold over this one. Jennings, who moved across from the Sutherland Sharks in the off-season. Player who hails from the western suburbs of Sydney. Good opportunity to be closer to home. And isn't he relishing his time under Mark Crittenden? Big changes, as we said, during the off-season for Blacktown. But one of the features of this squad is the tight-knit nature. You can see in the way they're playing for each other. The work rate right across the park. In fact, Lockie Campbell certainly speaking about those features. The culture of the club. The young players being able to slot in under the guidance of some of the more senior players, including this guy, Matt Lewis, is playing his 292nd game today for Blacktown City. What a stalwart he's been as Jennings tries to turn it inside to him. Matt Lewis, second only to Damien Fox on 304 games. So closing in on a club record of games for Blacktown City, the skipper Matt Lewis. It's great statistics provided by our Blacktown City statistician in Dan O'Regan. Thank you to him and the club. Blacktown with a 3-0 lead. They go near post. Again, the work rate, picking up the loose ball. Inside it goes! Gibbs it was! The trademark Lansing header. In the end, he couldn't get that one past Bratasevic. Showing the danger again. Closing in on Travis Majors. 79 goals is Joey Gibbs. He's got the bit between his teeth. And he's still got plenty of time here. They haven't been prolific, as I said. Blacktown City, 24 goals in their 18 games so far. But you can see the confidence growing as the season goes on. Causing some real damage here. And Rockdale looking to stem the flow. Made a substitution. It's going to be Sash Matura who comes off. Patrick Savo, who can play anywhere in defence, also in the centre of midfield. Let's see if he does slot into the centre of the midfield here. Like for like swap. That's exactly where he goes. El Hafian slides across to the left side of that holding midfield. Patrick Sarville comes in on the right side of that midfield. And they'll be playing just behind Paninikas. As the ball goes forward, looking for Grozdanovsky. Reading that one, Lynch. Now the switch out through Lewis. He looks forward for Gibbs. Moving beautifully, the veteran striker. Askew switches it out to the right-hand side. Lachlan Campbell coming forward. Now he tries to whip it into the back post. Too heavy, that one. Haven't seen too many misdirected balls, passes, crosses from Blacktown. Has been a very smooth performance so far from Mark Crittenden's men. They'll be back in action next week. What a test that'll be against the competition leaders in the Wollongong Wolves. First time they met, it was a 4-0 win to the Wollongong Wolves. Let's see if there's any difference next week. What a game that'll be. Blacktown hosting the Wollongong Wolves. And they come forward here again. Into the box they go. Jennings one way then the other. And a terrific save. Bratasevic there. Leroy Jennings in the mood. Lovely ball out of defence. The fitness of this Blacktown side, certainly a sight to behold. If it stays the way it is here, what a game it sets up next week for Rockdale. Probably crunch moment. We talk about this one being crunch. Manly, if they keep their lead against Harcoa, they have a 1-0 lead at the break. They'll be hosting Rockdale next week at Cromer Park. That might certainly be last chance saloon for Rockdale if they don't get anything out of this one. Said Manly will go to 26 points. Equal with Sydney Olympic and Marconi Stallions. One behind Sydney United. So still plenty of opportunities for positions 4 and 5. Blacktown testing Bratasevic. It comes up good from this corner. Matt Lewis. The ever reliable, ever adaptable Blacktown skipper. Spirakis. His work to do here on Grozdanovsky. Can't get that ball into a red shirt. Lynch and Lewis can come away with this one. Again, it's Spirakis doing the defensive work. It's been rock solid alongside Grant Lynch. Mentioned earlier, Lachlan Campbell getting his opportunity in the centre of defence when Spirakis suffered a broken arm. Now, Lewis doing the defending on Urasevsky and the double up work involving Dakota Askew. See that discipline from Blacktown. Crittenden's got this side working. As Nikas comes forward. Trying to draw a foul, and that's exactly what he does. Little bit of magic on the edge of the box from the veteran central attacking midfielder. Paninikas back in the starting 11. And influencing there with a lovely bit of skill to earn the free kick. And having a debate here with Nikas, Urasevsky. Both of the players want to take this one. Urasevsky's got the ball at the moment. Nikas almost pleading with him, saying, I earned the free kick. And just having a debate here, working on which option they'll go with. Nikas and Urasevsky over the ball. Prendergast sets up his 5-man wall. Got the right foot option of Nikas. The left foot option of Urasevsky, who goes for goal and scores his 8th of the season. A wonderful free kick. And does it give Rockdale a bit of a lifeline here? 64 minutes in. And Rockdale ping one back. Nikas went to work and won the free kick. Urasevsky stepped up. Top bins finish. 3-1 it is to Blacktown City. And that's given Rockdale a bit of a pump up here. Is there life left in this one? Nikas back in the starting 11. Influencing there. We wondered in the build-up to this game how many minutes he would get. 3-0 down. 2 substitutions already made. Imagine Steve Zorich might leave him on now. Can they grab one back and make it 3-2? They're on the front foot now. Team we've seen over the recent years, they can score goals very quickly. And they've got another set piece here. Wonderful work, Grozdanovsky against his old club. Taneski wants this one. Paninikas over the ball as well. As is Alex Urasevsky. If you just joined us, Tony Tennis with you across the Football New South Wales channels. Rockdale are making a late run here. Their season on the line. They've got one back. Can they ping a second one here? Nikas wants this one. Up he steps, Paninikas! And he's got one back! It's 3-2 here! Game on! Rockdale City! Illingdon Sports Centre's rocking! 2 set pieces! Urasevsky with the first, Nikas with the second, and Rockdale are right back in this one! What a game we've got for you! Blacktown looked like they had a sign sealed and delivered, but Rockdale breathing fresh life into this one. Grozdanovsky earned the free kick. And 2 goals in the space of a couple of minutes. And it's game on here at the Illingdon Sports Centre. What a 25 minutes we have coming up here. Jennings gets it forward to Gibbs. Can Blacktown hit back immediately? Working back on that left side of defence was Michael Neal. Important bit of work as Blacktown got it into the feet of Gibbs. Jennings has been a live wire in this second period for Blacktown, but they've been rocked by a couple of wonderful free kicks. Urasevsky with the first, Nikas with the second. Now Blacktown looking to build a bit of a buffer again. Berry spits it out to the right-hand side. Haven't we seen some wonderful goals this afternoon at the Illingdon Sports Centre? A couple of great free kicks from Rockdale. We saw a couple of thunderbolts from Mason Versey and also Leroy Jennings for Blacktown. Not a bad header at all from Joey Gibbs in between those. As Rockdale come forward, Grozdanovsky, Taneski it was, trying to get on the end of that. Crowd getting involved here. What a great Sunday evening of football across the New South Wales National Premier League. Hope you're enjoying the coverage. Tony Tennis with you. Round 19. Suddenly, Rockdale have come to life. Had a good start to the second half, but they were rocked by that Jennings goal. Now they got the bit between their teeth. Alhafian climbing well there. Now Neil against Versey. Suddenly every ball becomes a fiercely contested one. As Rockdale go forward. Now Alhafian trying to pick up the loose ball. Does well on the body. Askew. Can't keep it for Blacktown. Suddenly it's Rockdale winning all the loose possession. Putting the pressure on. The finals are still a month away, but it's got a real finals feel to it this second half. As Rockdale come forward again. That left-hand side's been very productive. Neil goes forward. Excellent defensive work. Again, they double up Blacktown. Feature of their game, the transition work in defence. Spirakis there. And Lachlan Campbell. He's Alhafian spitting it out through that midfield. Nikas, it's been a very influential second half from him. Wanting Trajkovski to go forward down the right-hand side. Pulling the strings now out of that midfield. One way, then the other. And now Alhafian. He's got Nikas available on the right-hand side. Tries to play the killer ball in behind. Apologises there. Good work from Grozdanovski. Suddenly Blacktown in a bit of a panic at the back. Lynch and Spirakis eventually clear. Now Pekovski. Looking for Urusevski. Chances to counter-attack. Berry. Looking for Leroy Jennings, the speedster. Seen that ball down the right-hand side come to fruition on a couple of occasions in the second period. Not on that one. Rockdale alert to the danger. As I said earlier on, Rockdale have the edge over Blacktown City in recent years. Blacktown haven't beaten Rockdale in the last 4 starts between the two sides. Rockdale have won the past 2 in the Premier League, in the NPL New South Wales. As I said, they knocked Blacktown out of the finals last year. A 2-0 win at Lilies. Beat them back in round 8. Blacktown's last win, in fact, coming in May last year. The corresponding game here at Illingdon Sports Centre. An epic 5-3 game, that one. Hat-trick to Mitch Marley on that occasion. This one's proving to be in a second half epic as Rockdale mount a great comeback. Nikas growing an influence and trying his luck. Prendergast had the punch. We've seen the quality there of Nikas. We know his range. Can strike from anywhere. You can't give him an inch. Haven't they missed Penny Nikas, Rockdale? Taking the deep breaths in here. How much has he got left to add to this Rockdale second half comeback? Mark Crittenden's seen enough for now. Fresh time for some fresh legs. Manuel Gonzalez. He's the player who's going to come on. Looks like Lockie Campbell will be the player who makes way. So Dakota Askew will go to right back. Lockie Campbell making his way off the pitch. So Manuel Gonzalez on for him. An attacking player. Moved across from the Mount Druitt Town Rangers during the off-season, did Manny Gonzalez. He comes on the left side of attack. The skew drops to the right back and Mason Versey moves over to the right side of attack for Mark Crittenden's side. Rockdale with a straight ball down that left-hand side. It's been a real avenue for them. Maybe that's forced a bit of the reshuffle. Traffic's certainly been headed that way in the second half. Steve Zorich has obviously seen something in that first period. Michael Neal, very influential. And here they are building up through Nikas again. Now the combination. Taneski looking inside. Now El Hafian picking up the loose ball. Looking for the switch here with Saville. Trajkovski does well to hold off Gonzalez. As I mentioned earlier, irrespective of the result here, Blacktown will remain in third spot. As it stands, they'll go to 34 points. Remain 4 points behind Apia. Rockdale with a chance. They're back in the game. Petrillo. Still got one substitution. Up his sleeve to Steve Zorich. At the moment, Penny Nikas. He's got the bit between his teeth. Here he is winning the ball high. He's got Trajkovski available down the right-hand side. Looking for the killer ball forward. Urasevsky it is. Surrounded by 3 Blacktown shirts. They do well. Eventually Lewis can clear. Does well to hit Gibbs. Excellent work though. Patrick Savor just to help out. Petrillo, the 2-on-1 working in the favour of Rockdale there, who can turn forward now. Trajkovski makes the move forward on the right-hand side. A bit heavy that ball. Taneski's disappointed. He saw the option. It was a good one. The weight of the pass became crucial. Just slightly heavy on that from Nikola Taneski. Player who moved back over to Rockdale from Manly United. He'll go there next week as part of this Rockdale side. How critical will that game be in the context of the season as Grozdanovski turns. Now falls to El Hafian. Looking for Nikas. Penny Nikas. Now it's a chance to counter-attack. Leroy Jennings with the speed. Shut down quickly by Neal. It's a free kick. Professional foul. Important bit of defensive work just to halt that transition. Eyes lit up there. Penny Nikas certainly doesn't need a second invitation, but he's shut down quickly. Thrilling second half. Hope you're enjoying the coverage. Remains 1-0 down the road at Hensley Athletic Field. Manly United, courtesy of an Adam Parkhouse goal on 24 minutes. Manly leading Hakoah by 1-0 earlier on. Sydney FC causing the upset at Sydney United Sports Centre. 2-0 win to Jimmy Van Verden's youngsters. Meanwhile, John Collage's Apia Leichhardt Tigers, a 3-1 win over Abbotsford Sydney Olympic. Apia solidifying their spot in second. Keeping the pressure on the Wolves, who won last night 4-0 at home to the Sutherland Sharks. Some great games next week already. Whet the appetite. Got Sutherland at home to Mount Druitt Town Rangers. But right now it's Rockdale coming forward through Grozdanovski. And he's looking inside for Taneski. Ball behind him, no one coming forward from that midfield. Bit isolated, the front two there. Have they got the legs to create one or two more openings? Still plenty of time, 12 minutes remain at the Illingdon Sports Centre. It's been a great Sunday evening clash here in round 19 of the New South Wales National Premier League. Some absolute screamers. You'll certainly be able to keep an eye on those across our NPL social pages, all the highlights. Lovely turn here from Urasevsky. Going to work against Lynch, who does well just to Apply the body work. Leaving free kick here to Blacktown City. Took a 3-0 lead in 54 minutes. And Leroy Jennings pounced at the back post after some lovely work down the left from Dakota Askew. Mason Versey in the middle. And it looked like it was game, set and match for Blacktown City. But Rockdale, 2 goals in 2 minutes. Just mentioning how quickly they can score goals. We've seen that right throughout recent years of the New South Wales National Premier League. They can concede, but they can also score goals very quickly when they get that momentum. At the moment, Blacktown just trying to halt them. Nikas and Irasevsky, 2 of the main players for Rockdale. The goal scorers this afternoon. Just having a chat, talking of tactics. As Collins tries to ping Rockdale in their own half. Bit too heavy, that ball. Looking for the fresh legs of Manny Gonzalez. Bukowski finds the feet here of Teneski. He's had a very good second half, leading the line since Jordan Figon came off. Now El Hafian encourages Petrillo to come forward. Has to be accurate with his distribution. He's not, and Blacktown can counter-attack. Through Gibbs, trying to exploit the space. Happy to hold it up though. Bukowski in strongly there. They've got to sniff through that Irasevsky goal on 64 minutes. Since then, Rockdale have really been on the front foot defensively, giving Blacktown very little space. Here's Gonzalez, ducking on the right foot, one way then the other. Faced by 2 or 3 red shirts. Eventually they do enough to crowd him out. Now Nikas, waiting for Trajkovski to come forward. The youngster, only his second start for Rockdale. Nikas looking for the options in red shirt. Eventually he finds Bukowski, who can venture forward. The skipper asking a question of Lynch, who keeps his composure. Only as far though as Nikas. Tries to dink one over the top. Grozdanovski going to work here. Does well to win a corner. Excellent work, Jonathan Grozdanovski against his former club. And it's a chance here to set up. They've already scored 2 from set pieces. Can they create something from a corner? Rockdale trail 2-3. They go short on this one. Nikas it is on the ball. Can go one-on-one against Askew. Skins him now to the byline. Nikas inside. Crowded bodies. White shirts everywhere. They do enough to clear. Look for the switch here. Trajkovski gets it out. Petrillo it is. Making the run forward. Petrillo inside! And what a chance that was! Grozdanovski against his former club. Coming in at that back post. What a moment that would have been. Excellent ball from Petrillo. And the diving header from Jonathan Grozdanovski. Couldn't get that one on target. But Rockdale are coming. And coming late. What a rousing second half here at Rockdale. Grozdanovski does well to knock it down. Just a bit too heavy there from Nikas under pressure. Important defensive work from Collins. We might see the final substitution Steve Zorich just having a chat to the youngster, Matthew Lecce. It's been a regular feature of this Rockdale side this year. He would have been stung to be on the bench. Flick on coming. Jennings trying to get first to it ahead of Pekovsky, who's on a yellow card already. And it's his second. And he's a skipper for Rockdale. He's going to have an early shower here. The speed of Leroy Jennings. You saw the flick on there from Joey Gibbs. Pekovsky had to commit. Jennings too quick for him. And the Rockdale City skipper has to watch from the grandstand for the remaining 6 or so minutes of this game. Steve Zorich was readying Matthew Lecce to come on. Captain's armband has gone to Alex Urasevsky. As Pekovsky's had a solid second half. Frustrated in the end. But is there still 1 or 2 chapters remaining in this game? Blacktown over the dead ball. Joey Gibbs. Berry steps over it. Joey Gibbs goes direct! Is that in off the back post? Picking up the loose ball there was Versey. Joey Gibbs striking the crossbar. And Versey there to tap away the loose ball. And all of Rockdale's endeavour in this second period undone there by a terrific free kick from Joey Gibbs. Versey with his second of the afternoon. The first one was a screamer from long range. This one was a tap in, but they all count equal. Mason Versey giving Blacktown a 4-2 lead here. It's been an epic second half, and we're about to see that final change. Lecce coming on for the youngster in Trajkovsky, who's very frustrated on the bench. It's been a terrific second half from Steve Zorich's man. Versey, what a performance from him. He gets the applause of the travelling Blacktown fans. A double from him. It's James Dimitri who comes on for the remaining minutes here. Versey, I mentioned in the Ultra Football Team of the Week last week. He's got a double here this afternoon. It's going to be hard to leave out of the points, I'm sure. And Rockdale, for all their second half endeavour, showing the spirit that you come to expect. And in the end, the speed of Leroy Jennings just earning a free kick, which Joey Gibbs thought he'd buried past Bratasevic. Post denying him, only for Versey to tap away the loose ball on the line. And Blacktown did all the work early, and looks like they've sealed it late. But Rockdale will still come forward here through Urasevsky. Wanted to go on goal. Looks like it'll be a result here for the visitors in Blacktown City. One that'll take them up to 34 points on the ladder. RPL Leichhardt Tigers, courtesy of a 3-1 win over Sydney Olympic this afternoon on 38 points. A 4-point gap there. They've created a bit of a buffer to 4th place Sydney United. Sydney United on 27 points. So a 7-point gap between 3rd and 4th. Those top 3 teams after that second chance in the finals. Certainly in the box seat at the moment. Wollongong, Apia and Blacktown. Rockdale made a great fist of this in the second period. Looks like they'll come away with nothing and remain on 23. What a game that does set up next week though. Over at Manly, who continue to lead Harcoa by 1-0. Manly will be on 26. They'll join Sydney Olympic and Marconi. Marconi in the top 5 courtesy of superior goal difference. After their 4-2 win over Mount Druitt Town Rangers last night. Rockdale a further 3 points back on 23. Sutherland remain on 22. Mount Druitt Town Rangers on 21. They meet next week as well. Key game that'll be down at Seymour Shore on Saturday night. What about the clash between Sydney Olympic and Marconi Stallions next week? Looking forward to bringing you the coverage of that one from Belmore Sports Ground. Marconi moved into the top 5 last night, above Sydney Olympic on goal difference. Here's Nikas. Going in strongly there on Matt Lewis. What colour's the card going to be? Probably a bit of frustration there from Paddy Nikas. Hassan Joma sensing that moment, sensing the mood of the game. Just the frustration from Nikas. Good sportsmanship too from Matt Lewis, not staying down too long, and a great exchange of hands there. Two of the greats and two of the veterans of the men's New South Wales top flight competition. Nikas has had some return to the starting 11 this afternoon. Second half has been superb from the veteran central attacking midfielder. Looks like it will not quite be enough. About to see a late change here. The youngster, Rhett Da Silva. He's going to come on for one of the goal scorers, one of the heroes here for Blacktown this afternoon, Leroy Jennings. Terrific second half strike from him. Been another very important shift from one of the speedsters. He's had an excellent season, Leroy Jennings. Collins with the knockdown. Now Demetrius spins and volleys in the direction of Emmanuel Gonzalez. Rockdale, can they create a late opening here? Is it going to be a yellow card? It is. Adam Berry pulling the shirt there of Matthew Lecce. We're in stoppage time, as you may have heard over the public announcement system. We're going to have 4 minutes of stoppages here. Rockdale will turn their attention to next week's game at Cromer Park. What a fixture it promises to be. In fact, what a Sunday afternoon we've got for you next week. Blacktown City at home to the Wollongong Wolves. 1 versus 3. Wolves got the jump on Blacktown in the opening round. 4-0 win. Blacktown will certainly be keen to make a statement there. Also at 3 o'clock, Manly against Rockdale. And the game I'll be calling at Belmore Sports Ground. Sydney Olympic taking on the Marconi Stallions. That'll be 5th versus 6th. What a contest that'll be. One of the great traditional derbies, traditional rivalries. Played in 2 epic NSL Grand Finals back in the late 80s. At Parramatta Stadium. Late opportunity here for Rockdale. Certainly spirited second half performance. I think Steve Zorich will obviously be disappointed. Didn't produce it in the first period. Here's Urasevsky. Prendergast, who's been very important, particularly in that opening half, made a couple of important stops. And he looks long here for Demetriou. 1-0 it remains down the road at Hensley Athletic Field. Manly United over Hakoah. Certainly keep an eye on our NPL New South Wales social pages for all the match reports, highlights, photo galleries. Blacktown try and grab another one late here. Rockdale happy to shield that one out. That game will finish approximately 7 p.m. Here we are moments away at the Illingdon Sports Centre. Switch of play from Lecce. Out to that left-hand side. Important challenge. Excellent work. Spirakis it was. Stepping out of central defence. He's been rock solid. Along with Grant Lynch. Great to see Spirakis back in the starting 11 today. And it's a starting 11 that's produced a 4-2 win. Blacktown City. A 4-2 win here over Rockdale City. Rockdale made a terrific run of it in the second half. A couple of quick goals from set pieces. Urusevsky with the opener. Paninikas took the second. It might have come off a Blacktown City head. But they made a great run of it. In the end, though, Blacktown were able to seal the deal late. Mason Versey capping off a wonderful performance with a brace. A tap in at the back post from a Joey Gibbs free kick. And Blacktown have scored some absolute thunderbolts here. Leroy Jennings got one in the second half. Mason Versey in the opening period. Joey Gibbs with his 7th of the season. And in the end, Blacktown City remain in 3rd spot. They go up to 34 points. 4 behind RPL Leichhardt Tigers, who've also had a win today. Rockdale, it was a game that they really needed something out of, but they're still alive. Next week becomes critical for them. An away trip to Manly United, and that becomes must win. The spirit of their second half performance is something that they have to take into next week's game. And if they can reproduce that, their season might still be alive. But here from Rockdale Illingdon Sports Centre, it's been a thrilling afternoon of football. Round 19 of the New South Wales National Premier League. Thanks for your company. Tony Tanous with you across NPL New South Wales Facebook and Football New South Wales YouTube. Been a thrilling afternoon. Plenty more action to come. You can make the switch over to Hensley Athletic Field where Hakoah are playing Manly United. But for now, from Rockdale, it's finished Blacktown City 4, Rockdale City Suns 2.